How to become a top affiliate in less than a year. From trying to kill himself and with low confidence to a speaker in 5 countries. If you watch the video to the end, I will show you a part of his second video on YouTube. It's so horrible, you have to see it. Now listen to the unbelievable story of my buddy James Neville-Taylor.
Hello, James.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Great.
Awesome.
Great to meet you. I am on the Builderall Kongress, and you have an inspiring story. Can you tell about, or first introduce yourself?
Okay, yeah. Well, my name's James Neville-Taylor. I'm one of the top affiliates and leaders in the Builderall company. And I did this in a remarkably short amount of time, considering a lot of people, in companies, they can spend 5-10 years in a company without ever getting recognised, ever being promoted. So I became one of the top affiliates and leaders in Builderall in just under a year after I started.
Wow.
So I started Builderall in August 2017. The 3rd of August, I remember the very day. The 3rd of August 2017 was when I first started with Builderall. And by January, I was the world's first certified partner and one of the top affiliates.
Wow. Amazing story.
Thank you. And just a couple of months after that, I was one of the leaders participating in the leaders meetings with Eric, speaking with Eric about ideas and stuff like that with all the other top affiliates and top leaders. And then in October 14th was the first time that I spoke on stage, and that was in Italy. October
in Italy?
14th. Yeah, October the 14th.
But in English?
In English, yeah, I was being translated, yeah. And that was so scary. That was really, really, really scary. Like, I literally thought my heart was going to explode. And I got such a warm reception. I told my story on stage, and I got such a good reception, standing ovation, and just everyone loved my story and the courage that I had. And it took everything that I had not to break down and cry right there. Like, literally, I wanted to cry. Every fibre of my being was just almost break down, but I didn't hold it in. But it was a very transformational experience.
Unbelievable. I have the same. So the first speech I had, it was horrible, but then slowly it was easier and easier and easier.
Yeah, it does get easier after time. I've spoke on 6 different stages now in 5 different countries. So Brazil, USA, UK, Italy, and Germany twice. So it does definitely get easier. But the first time you do anything is always going to be the hardest.
Yeah.
But a year before that, I didn't even have the confidence to put a profile picture up on Facebook. I was completely at an all-time low. Had no confidence in myself, and literally just 6 months before I joined the Builderall, I actually tried to kill myself. I took an overdose in January 2017, and I'm sad to say it wasn't the first time that I tried taking my own life either.
Really?
Really, yeah. And that moment spurred me into wanting to try again. It just something sparked inside me, but that near-death experience just sparked something to want to try again. Because I struggled a lot growing up. I was in children's homes. I was struggling with abuse, a lot of different types of abuse when I was younger. And it made me very withdrawn, very subdued for a great many years. And it took me a lot of years to kind of break out of that. And I locked myself away from the world for a number of years, not really wanting to do anything. But that was the spark, the ignition that made me want to do something with myself. But my confidence was so low, I couldn't function in a normal job. I couldn't go into a factory work or an office work because I literally couldn't function very well around other people. So that was what drew me to entrepreneurship. And because I believe you can go at your own pace. Like when I first started with Builderall in August, like I said, I couldn't even put a profile picture up. I was that nervous. But I became one of the most respected people in the community because I was always on the Facebook groups. I was answering questions, putting posts on Facebook, and that was scary at first. Just a little thing as putting a Facebook post up, because I thought people were like, "Who am I to talk about this?
Yeah.
Who cares? Why should anyone care?" So even just the first post on Facebook was scary. But I got really good feedback from that, and it built up from there. So the first post, I got really good feedback, and then I started doing videos a little bit more, getting on calls, because that was really, really scary for me as well. And it was just a gradual build-up of confidence, and the Builderall community has been so integral in that, helping me and supportive. Even when I've messed up, I've looked like an idiot sometimes, but it's not the end of the world. And like I said in my presentation before, and without trying to sound cynical, no one cares.
Yeah.
Everyone's always worried about how they're coming across, how they're presenting themselves, to worry about how you messed up. So if you mess up, don't worry, everyone will forget about it in a couple of weeks.
I know this.
Yeah. But so I literally went from not being able to put a post up, not being able to put a profile picture up, to speaking on stage in front of at the most, I think Brazil was 400 people.
Yeah.
So
400
in Brazil, yeah.
This is a lot.
That was very scary.
I believe it.
But it's like I said in my presentation, the most important thing is you can act in spite of fear. A lot of people shy away from it, but fear is stepping out of your comfort zone, out of yourself and out of your comfort zone. And each time you step out of your comfort zone, it gets easier, and your comfort zone gets a bit bigger and a bit bigger.
Right. I try the same. So I was a speaker too. So I want to come out of my comfort zone and making more friends, more that I have more visibility, and to show myself I can do this. And I think this grows up your confidence too. I think you have the same experience.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Doing things over and over again, it's practice. I remember when I was in Brazil, because I did Germany, Italy, Brazil and Memphis quite close together last year. They were within a month or two of each other. And when I did the presentation in Memphis, I was a lot more confident and a lot more animated, and I really smashed it in Memphis, like really, really well. And then when it came to our own Everest event, myself and Michael Callis-Barris actually hosted the Builderall UK Everest. When I first got up there in the morning, I was really nervous again, because I hadn't been on stage for like 3 or 4 months. So you've got to keep up with it and keep being consistent to get better at it, because it's like anything. If you don't practice, you don't do it regularly, you're going to sink back into not being so good at it, you know? So it's consistency and keeping up with it.
Great. And now you have a nice YouTube channel. I saw it yesterday on my mobile phone.
Yeah.
The Builderall Nomad.
The Builderall Nomad, yeah.
Yeah, and I saw your second video. You showed it in the audience, and it was
terrible.
Horrible, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it was. It really was.
But now the confidence and everything with the new videos, and it's amazing. This transformation from you to a very shy person to now.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And I think now you have the life you want. You travel around the world and see nice places, new people, and I think now you enjoy the life.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm getting there. I'm not nowhere near where I want to be. I still feel nervous sometimes. I still get the fear, but I'm 10 times, 100 times better than I was a year ago. Like leaps and bounds ahead, but I'm still very far away from where I want to be.
Really?
Yeah.
What are your aims? What you doing next? Your vision?
I still want to get more confident, because I'm okay one-to-one when I'm speaking one-to-one, and I actually find it, this as crazy as this is to believe, I actually find it easier to speak on stage than I do in a group of people. Put me in a group of 5 or 6 people, I hardly ever get a word in. I don't say a word. But one-on-one or on stage, I'm not so nervous. But in a group setting, I still get really nervous. So I want break away from that anxiety. And I think once you've suffered with anxiety for a little while, it never truly goes away. There's always that little voice in the back of your head.
Yeah.
But like I say, it goes away with practice. It gets easier and easier. Yeah. So, I definitely want to get more confident. And one of my big goals is to set up a training program which helps people who were in my position a couple of years ago, who had given up on life, who were suicidal, depressed, anxious, and suffered with social phobia. So I want to set up a program which helps people who were in my position to show them that there is something worth living for, and they can make a life that's worthwhile and live a life of purpose through entrepreneurship. Because like I said, I think entrepreneurship is a really good starting point for a lot of people who struggle with these things, because you can go at your own pace. And like I said, I never showed myself on video once before I became one of the most respected people in the community, at least. I was always in the groups, but I never showed myself on camera. I never did any audio recordings for the first few months. So you don't need to be on video. You don't need to be the face. You just need to be active. But like I say, I think people can go in at their own pace. They don't have to work set hours. They don't have to be forced into something. They can go step by step. So that's why I truly believe entrepreneurship is a really good stepping stone for people who are struggling with that kind of thing.
Okay, and your main secret for having success with Builderall was making video on YouTube, right?
No. The videos on YouTube are quite a recent thing. I didn't start making YouTube videos till about 6 months ago, and only started consistently making YouTube videos in the last 3 months.
Oh.
So you don't need to be good on video. I became one of the top affiliates before I made any decent videos. A lot of my success with Builderall came from Google Ads.
Oh, okay.
And Facebook, and not paid Facebook, so groups, profile funnels, and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah, and both of them, you don't need to be good on video, you don't need to be good on camera. Evident by me how bad I was then. Yeah. So you can do it no matter what. You don't have to be the face. You don't have to be on camera all the time.
Good to know. It's very interesting. I thought it's videos, because the other two speakers say, oh, YouTube video is the best because you can duplicate yourself.
Yeah.
And the videos working even if you are sleeping. And
yeah. I wish that I'd have got started with YouTube sooner, because it is probably the best medium. I mean, Google loves YouTube. You get YouTube ranking on Google, and it's truly organic once you get it going. It takes a little while to build up, but when it gets going, it's really organic. And I'm building up a lot more momentum now with YouTube, but it's not essential.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable on videos and you don't want to do videos, then you don't have to do videos, because that's not what I did at the beginning.
Oh, great. Okay, I think we have more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But you are so interesting person, and I like you very much. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
It's great. It's great to meet you, and I want to see you again, because
it's been a pleasure.
I'm very often in England. Maybe we don't see us in England. Maybe somewhere else around the world.
I'm not going to be in England for a few months now. I'm going to be travelling from Germany to Italy to Florida. I'm going to be in the US for a few months. So I won't be back here for a little while. I'll be travelling around the world.
It doesn't matter. I have a girlfriend in London, and I have to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely meet up sometime.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is James Neville-Taylor, and welcome to my overview or review of a brand new software called Builderall. Now, Builderall is a new web builder, blog builder, funnel builder, email marketing software, design, search engine optimization tool, video creator, app creator and publisher, and a whole lot more.
You will find all the information and links about Builderall, James and me in the description. Check out his channel too. Do you like this video? Then subscribe my channel, and give a like to this video. See you later. Bye bye.